Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing good today. In today's video, I have seen the tag going around of the 10 eyeshadow palettes that you could never get rid of, so I thought I'd try this. This was not easy at all. And I will have another video of palettes that I will never ever get rid of for various reasons. But these are some of my favorites and most used, and I'll never get rid of them. So, and these are in no particular order. First off, good old Jaclyn Hill times Morphe. This was the original packaging, the original formula. And this palette did not come with the mirror. It came with a little insert of all the shades, so I just taped it up there. But as you can see, I've hit pan on a couple of these and really close to hitting pan on others. This is truly, for a long time, one of my most grabbed go-to palettes. And this will also be featured in the video that I was talking about, palettes that I'll never get rid of. This was actually a gift from my bonus daughter when they first came out. When she first launched this, my sweet girl waited online so she could get two of them, one for me and one for her. So this one will always hold that special place in my heart as a gift from that, because we both loved makeup. So there's that one. And the next one is ABH Soft Glam. Now, this palette, that's what she looks like. These are warm tones galore. These are some of my favorites. This is also a go-to when I want to just make a quick look. I am close to hitting pan on a few of these as well. I've seen Modern Renaissance as a lot of people's in their list of 10. Modern Renaissance is a beautiful palette, don't get me wrong. I love it, and I probably never will declutter that, but I pick up this more than I do the Modern Renaissance. So next up we have this Milani Most Loved Mattes, and that's what this palette does not look touched at all, but believe me, it is very well loved and used. The formula on these are excellent as well. I rank these up here with some of these high-end shadows, and this also will appear in that video. My youngest daughter saved her money up, and she came home one day after spending the weekend with a friend, and she said, "Mom, I got you something." So she bought me this, and so this will always be in a vault as well. So, love my girls. This palette is from Makeup Revolution, and I will swatch this. I do not know if this is still available or not, but this palette, these are creamy. These are cream shadows. All of these, the name of the palette is called Full Frenzy Fusion, an intensely pigmented foil shadow palette. And they did not lie. I'm going to go in. This palette is well over a year old. And I'm going to swatch a couple of them. Let's get this one. That's what they look like. And we'll swatch them. Just really easy to apply if you are just wanting in a hurry. I pick up this palette and I'll just dot them on my eyes. But there's some of those swatches. A completely foiled palette that, again, I'll never get rid of. And I will repurchase it should it dry out. Let's see. And another favorite, and I have featured this in another video, I do believe. This is by Ciate London. Isn't this just beautiful? Packaging. I'm such a sucker. This is the Glitter Storm palette, and that is what she looks like. These 3 shadows are actually glitter, but they are not made in a way that they're patchy or it stays on your eyes forever. It's I'll swatch one of them. They're almost creamy. Can barely see it, but they apply beautifully on the eyes. Maybe they don't make the best swatches, but there's 2 of them right there. And the mattes, I'll swatch. There are some shimmer shades in there as well, I forgot. So, let's swatch some of the shimmer, the matte and the shimmers. They pick up good. They're super pigmented. This is a favorite palette of mine for sure. Try to use it sparingly because I do not think it is available anymore. But it's a fun palette and I love those tones. So my next palette up is another Makeup Revolution palette, and this was in collaboration with Soph here on YouTube. This was her very first one. This was this was the first palette. Then she had Soph Extra Spicy, and then she has the most recent, I forgot what the name of it is. I do own it. I own all 3 of them, but this is the one that I pick up the most. I have seen this at Target. I've seen this at TJ Maxx as well, but I've watched this young lady on YouTube for a very, very, very long time. And she's just adorable. You should really check her out. I'll try to remember to link her channel down below. But it comes with a super nice mirror. And these are those shades. And these are stunning. Stunning. The transition shades in here are just out of this world. You can just create any look. This one, and they're creamy. I'm running out of space. We'll start here. So these are some of the shimmers and mattes, and my favorite shade in the palette, which I'll do a better swatch of that one. It is, I kept the insert with the name of the shade. I think this one's Petrol. Let me see. Yep, it is. My favorite shade is Petrol. Let me do a better. And it feels to be one of those, almost like the foil, but that's what it looks like on the finger swatch and swatched. It's almost a duochrome, brown, purple base, green base, excuse me. And these are my favorite types of shades. They sucker me each and every time. And I had technically these are 11, but I counted the second. I also had a second Foil Frenzy palette from Revolution. This was the, this one's called Creation, and haven't used this as much. This has more rosy pink tones in it. I'll just kind of show them to you. But these, I'll do finger swatches. I'll do some that I haven't already swatched. I haven't used this palette quite as much as the other, just because the other one just kind of has everything I need in it. And there, oh, we'll even do this black creamy. Wow, that is very, very pigmented. I will put them on my hand. Ooh. These are shades that I haven't used before in this palette, which will change. That is them. Those are, again, all creamy. And up next is my Sweet Talk by ColourPop. This is the pressed powder palette. This palette was very, very in demand when it first launched, and the only palette I think I waited in line online to purchase. These have a lot of peachy orange tones. It is actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I'll show you the look once we complete, but I need my glasses on. But it does have, this is a Super Shock, and these are some glitter shades right here, glitter toppers. I try not to use those too terribly much because they do irritate my eyes, but they have, I mean, you have beautiful transition shades. Yeah, this is the deepest shade in the palette, but for me, that's deep enough. And this will always be one of my favorite go-tos. My kids tease me because I keep my palettes still in their boxes, most of them. So that is why, because I treasure my palettes. Alrighty, next up is Urban Decay Moon Dust. Who remembers this? Again, huge palette, huge mirror, and these shades, beautiful. I also have a build your own palette with some single moon dust shadows. These are just in the pan. Lithium, I noticed, was making it was on YouTube not long ago, making a little comeback. People were starting to use it again, but I'll swatch these again. These are super shiny, glittery, sparkly. I would go with sparkly. They are beautiful over other shadows. That's typically how I wear them. I will just take my, my finger and I'll just kind of dot it over what I'm wearing. So there's Moon Dust, and rest in peace, Tati Beauty. This was a heartbreaker to see that announcement, but this palette has the best mirror of anything, the best formulas, the best glitters, everything. This is probably in my top 10 favorite palettes, not just top 10 that I would never get rid of. This this is beautiful. I have almost used all up of the Glitter Aura shade. This is the prettiest glitter shade to me. It just has, it has a little bit of all the colors, a lot of little shifts in it. Really, really, really pretty. And last, but certainly not least, is my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. This actually is my second of these palettes. So she doesn't look very used much, but she is. One of my kids wanted to try it, and so I lent it to her, and I just told her to keep it because I remembered I had purchased a backup when this palette went on sale because I had used it and knew that I would use it for a long time. So this was normally, I think at the time, $49, and I ended up getting this one. I think I paid it when it was half off, maybe $24.50. And the first palette that I got, I had used some of my Ulta points to get it when it had went on sale. So, you know, all in all, I didn't mind at the time buying the backup, and now I'm really glad that I did. So those are my top 10, 11 palettes that I will never get rid of because I love them so, so much. Now, in yesterday's video, I did the BoxyCharm unboxing, and I received in it a Kate Somerville goat milk moisturizing lotion, and I used that today. I tried it out. I put a little bit yesterday on my hand, and there it is. I tried it out, and I said yesterday that I smelled it a little bit because my senses were heightened because of the migraine. Well, didn't have a migraine today. Thank you. Thank you. And so I did get a better perception of the scent, and it does have a scent to it. It does dissipate after, you know, 5 or 10 seconds of it being on your face. It does dissipate. It sinks in very well, and my face really did feel hydrated. I didn't go in with too terribly much today. I'll kind of share what I have on. I set everything with my Morphe and Jeffree Star Set and Refresh. I'm almost out of this, so I'm trying to go ahead and use this up. And I set everything with e.l.f. Halo Glow in the shade, I think this is, yeah, light. I really like that. It's really light. I didn't use foundation today. I used the Cover FX Luminous Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Medium. This has been too dark for me since I bought it, but I was able to make it work today. So really like that. It was really good. Doesn't feel like I have anything on. And I pulled out a concealer. This is the Florence by Mills See You Never concealer. This is doesn't have a shade on it. No, it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure it's the lightest one, and I'm not a big fan of it. It's super light coverage, but it has that nice cooling tip on it. It's very runny, liquidy. But again, I wasn't looking for anything full coverage, so did that. For bronzer, I used my LYS No Limits bronzer. This one is in the shade Motivate, which is the light shade. I do have a discount code for this. I will link it down below. This is something that I highly recommend. I really do like this brand. I can't wait to try more products from them. For eyes, I used the Peach palette from ColourPop, Sweet Talk palette from ColourPop. And I put a little bit of this Dazzle Stick by KVD Beauty. This one is in the shade Hail Surge, I believe. It looks like this. And these are super soft. Swatch that out. Super shiny, really pretty. Usually I'll take and just use my finger and dab it on, but today I actually took the stick and kind of swiped it across. But I used that. And for blush, I started out with this Rare Beauty. This came in one of the little Try Me sets that came with this and the lip balm, I believe, during her first launch. This is in the shade Bliss. I wanted to try it because it was a nice, to me, soft pink, peachy, and that's right there. It just kind of disappeared on me, and so I went over that with my Wet n Wild makeup stick blush in the shade Peach Bums. This is a favorite. And I used this product from Sephora. This is the Easy Smoky Eye. I used this. It has a chubby brown on the one side, and then it has a little blender to blend it, smoke it out on the other. And I always like this. I've had this for years. It's probably way expired, but I will pull it out every now and then when I want to deepen things up. My Thrive Cosmetics mascara. And for my eyeshadow base, I pulled out this Alter Ego. This was a product I think I got off of Depop. Yeah, pretty sure it was on Depop. It was brand new, but I wanted to give it a try today. And so far, I like it. It kind of applies like it feels like the NARS. That's exactly what I thought it felt like, was the NARS eyeshadow primer. So there's that. My brows are terrible. Don't look at them. But I did use the Tarte Busy Gal brows. I used that, and I used a $1 billion brow to fill them in a little bit. And last but not least, for lips, I have a little bit of a combo. I have the lip liner, Milani Color Statement lip liner in the shade 03 Nude. And I used the ColourPop Lippy Sticks in the shade Aquarius. That's what Miss Aquarius is. And it was a little too light, so I deepened it up a little bit, contoured a little bit with, cannot read it, Poison. The shade Poison. The shade Poison from ColourPop. So, and again, I set everything with the Morphe Set and Refresh. That's my sign to end this video. Fingers crossed those palettes didn't break. At any rate, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like, share, subscribe. Remember, I have the giveaway coming up when I reach 100 subscribers. So comment down below. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know your top 10. Thanks again. Bye, guys.